Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. How are you all? And I'm your teacher. I'm again with you after kind of a long break, but this is the right time to be back because your exam is just around the corner and there are so many important things that we need to discuss and we need to study. We are going to talk about English double one two three, English double one two three, paper one, and today I'm going to talk about question number one only. This video is regarding question number one. This question number one has 16 marks. When we talk about paper one has 50 marks. 1 minute. Paper 1 has 50 marks, and these 50 marks are question number 1. It's like this. Question number 1, 16 marks. This is the breakup of the marks. Question number 2, 9 marks. Question number 3A, 20 marks. And question number 3B, 5 marks. This is the breakup of breakup of paper number 1. Now let's talk about question number 1, comprehension task. And this is question number 1 of your paper. It has 16 marks, and the AOs that are related to this, they are reading 1, reading 2. Reading 1, demonstrate understanding of explicit meanings. Now you all know, all my students, I hope they are clear about it, that what is meant by explicit meanings. Explicit means something that is clearly mentioned in the text. When you are going to read the text, the answers, the ideas, the things that are clearly mentioned in the text, they are explicit. Then we have assessment objective number 2, that is understanding of, or showing understanding or demonstrate understanding of implicit meanings and attitudes. Now, what are implicit? Implicit is the opposite of explicit, means something that is not clearly mentioned in the text. It is between the lines, or it is related to feelings, or it is related to something that you need to comprehend. You need to understand the text properly, and after that you'll be able to answer. So explicit, clearly mentioned. Implicit, something that is hidden, something that is not clearly mentioned, you need to understand and then you have to answer. Now let's start it from the first 5 minutes of your paper. You are there in the examination hall, you have the paper in your hand, and now what are you going to do? You have paper 1 in your hands and your mocks are there, you have to do that also. So keep this in your mind that you are going to do it in the same manner in your mocks also. So you have the paper in your hand. What will you do? You will read the, here I have written both text A and text B, but right now I'm going to talk about text A only. So you have to read the text closely. Do read the text, please. Do not go for answering the questions right from first few or first 5 minutes. You have to understand, you have to read the text properly, understand the context. Usually context is written there, it is given, it is written in the italics in first 3 or 4 lines, and after that starts the real text. So you need to read the context. Where is the text from? What kind of text is it? What is the story? Basically, what is the story? It is written in the context. Once you have read the context, you will read the text. Usually these days these are 65 to 70 lines. So mostly these texts are, they are not just 35 to 40 lines, they are 7 to 9 paragraphs and 65 to 70 lines. You need to read that and understand what is the story, actually what's going on there. Now you have read the text once. After that you have to read the questions and follow task instructions carefully. Any instructions that are given there, you have to first read them, understand them, then you will read the questions. Read the questions first, all those questions. And right now I'm talking about question number 1 only. In question number 1 we have 9 questions. They are from A to H. This is from A to H, makes it 8 questions, but one part, sometimes C, sometimes E, sometimes F, sometimes G, they have 2 parts, so it makes it 9 questions. So basically you have to answer 9 questions. Then you have read the questions, you have read the text. Now what are you going to do? You need to do it from the first part, that is A. Again you will read question number 1, that is A part, and you will have that line number given there or paragraph number given there. You will go back to the text A, you will go to that specific part, like focus the most important words in the question and given lines. Okay, I'll discuss it later. Now you have to go back to those lines and we'll try to find out the answer of those questions. Now what happens, you have question number 1 there, you are reading that, and if you understand that basically the question demands explicit understanding or implicit understanding, that is going to help you in your answer. So I'll explain it how. Then there are a few more things, like focus the most important words in the question and given lines, then use the designated and given space only for answers. Do not write more than what is required, and please keep this in your mind that you are going to use the given space only. If there are 2 lines, only use those lines. There's no need to write something in the blank spaces on both sides of your paper. You just have to give your answer, write your answer in those lines, in that space that is given. They have designed that paper, and they know that this answer needs this much space. So try to fit your answer in those, in that given space. Okay, and do not write more than what is required. An additional page, if you think that something that you have written that is wrong, or later you realize that okay, I think I should write something else, then there's no need to use correction fluid. You all know that it is not allowed in a CI's paper. So what will you do? You will just put a line in anything that you have written, just cross it like this. Now it is crossed. After that you can get an additional page. If you do not have the space there, you will ask for an additional page and you will write your answer in that, right? These are just some journal points related to that. So your examiner is going to check for R1 and R2 in this question number 1. For these 16 marks, you have to show that you know what are explicit meanings, and you need to show that what are implicit meanings. I've already told explicit, something that is clearly mentioned, implicit, something that is hidden. Now let's start. Okay, there's one more thing. There are a few more when a paragraph is I think I've talked about this. I'm not going to read that. Now this is something that you need to just understand or just have a look, that this is the way they are going to check your paper. They are going to mark you 1A, 1, 3, 1, 2, 2. Basically we are going to discuss this part only, that this is question number 1, A to H. This is question number 1, and you can see that here F has 2 parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, F has 2 parts. These are 2. So basically these are 9 questions, and it is evident, it is clear that they mark you for your understanding in each of them like this. So you have to show that you are clear about each one of them. Like this student score, this child scored 0 out of 1. Here 3 out of 3, 1 out of 1. And there's another paper, and in which this is a scorecard, and this child has scored 1, 3 out of 3, 1 out of 1, 1 out of 1, 2, 2, 1. So he got or secured all 16 marks. Question number 1. And remember this thing, that if you do well in your paper 1, and you can definitely, if you are a student who can write correct English, you are going to get A star. So do focus on paper 1, because it is going to get you A star. Now we are going to talk about all questions one by one. So you have to focus now how you are going to get these 16 marks. If you focus on these details, rest assured you are going to get these 16 marks. And if you get 16 marks, then I think you can easily score 25 out of 25 in your comprehension. So you have to focus on all these things that I'm going to talk about. Question number 1, part A. And in this, once when you read the question, you have to focus a few things. First of all, just check this one. These are marks. You know that this question has only 1 point or 1 mark. They have given these 2 lines. You should know that your answer must fit in this space. Okay, after that, once you have read this, you need to read usually it can be otherwise also, but usually question number 1 is about explicit ideas. Any question that starts with word what, it is about explicit ideas. Explicit ideas, why this understanding is important? Because this explicit ideas, it tells you that the answer is clearly mentioned in the text. I have to go there, I have to read this. What tells you that this is explicit, and it is written somewhere in that paragraph number 1. I have to read that and get my answer. So what does Rex find amusing? Basically, this is something that is mentioned there in the text. What does Rex find amusing about the young bird's appearance when Rex first sees him? So this is related to something that is mentioned in that text. Now look at this answer. In paragraph 1, our answer is just this word, head. Okay, his large head and enormous beak, or anything. If in this answer, in this space, if you simply write the word head, you will get this 1 mark. But if you write that his large head and enormous beak, that you are definitely going to score. But if you just pick up something without any understanding and take out 2 lines from the text and just put them over here, or just throw them here, that means it shows that you do not have a clear understanding of the text. That shows that you are just lifting the material from the text. So here you have to show that you are clear about it. You know each and everything, and you know that they are talking about one physical feature of the appearance, and that is this head. You can write this in your own words, or you can simply write a phrase that has this word here that shows that this answer is mentioned here in the text. This is question number 1. And what the examiner report is saying about it. Look at this. Key to success in this explicit comprehension question was, they are telling you that this is explicit, right? Question was recognition of the connection between the word amusing in the question and the word comically in paragraph 1, noting that it is the bird's head. We need this answer only, bird's head, that Rex finds amusing. If you write that it was the bird's head that Rex finds amusing, it's totally fine. But if you simply write there it's the head, it is also correct. We need this word head. If you write 30-40 words there in that answer space, if you write 10-15 words but you do not have this word head there, your answer is incorrect. So we need this word. An answer which also included reference to the bird's feathers, throat or eyes did not evidence careful selection. See, if you mention about feathers, eyes or anything else, that shows that you are not clear about the feature. You're not clear that whether this is head, this is feather, this is throat or eyes, because all these are features that are related to appearance. So anything that you are writing, it must be very clear. Okay, then you are going to get answers. Then second question, part B. Now look at this. This question starts with the phrase or start with the part using your own words. Whenever you have this using your own words, that shows that this question demands implicit understanding. Implicit, something that is not clearly mentioned in the text, and you have to definitely, you understand that you have to write your answer in your own words. In such question, if you copy or you lift something from the text the way it is written there, no marks are awarded. You need to write this in your own words, remember. Second thing is explain. Second thing in this question is explain, and it needs explanation in your own words. Explanation, what kind of explanation? They have given a phrase, they have given two words. Explain what, and remember, in any such question that has this word explain, if you simply copy, no answers for that, no marks for that. So explain what Rex means by birds squawks of protest. Any such phrase that is given there, you will just go for most important words in that phrase. If there are 5-6 words, you will just pick two most important words. But here you can see that there are two words only, 1 and 2. One is squawks, second is protest. When you are explaining this question, they have shown you that it is from line number 9. This phrase, these two words, they have been taken from line number 4. You will go back to line number 4, you will read that, and you will understand the context. When you explain this, you must have the context in your mind. Context basically the story behind the word, story behind the novel, so anything that is in the background, any story that is in the text, you need to understand that. So, and when you are explaining it, you need to come up with the meaning or synonym of the word squawk, meaning or synonym of the word protest, and you will explain them with the help of context. Now look at this thing. This part is from the mark scheme. Using your own words, explain what Rex means by the bird squawks of protest, line number 4. Award 1 mark for each bullet up to maximum of 2 marks. First part is explanation of squawk. So squawk, meaning of squawk or synonym of squawk can be shrieks, screech, screaming, cries, or croaks. These can be synonyms. And if we go for meanings, it can be loud noise, it can be something that is noisy, shrilly, unpleasant sound. These are meanings, whereas shriek, screech, screaming, they are synonyms. Unpleasant sound, harsh noise, commotion, ruckus. So you have to come up with the meaning or synonym of the word squawk. Now look at the second word. Now you have this word, you have found it. Second word is protest. The meaning of protest can be it can be angry, it can be annoyed, it can be complaining, resisting, not cooperating, unhappy, trying to get away, does not want it, like it. These all are the meanings of word protest. Now you have the meanings of these two words, but we don't know the context. What is the context? How, when we are going to write the answers, how we are going to write it, like what is this, why they are talking about this loud or noisy, or this croaks or this commotion, what is this basically, or what is this angry, why that bird is angry or who is angry. So explain what Rex means by the bird squawks of protest. Now we will read all that part, line number 4, line number 5, maybe line number 3, and we will try to grasp the grasp the context, that basically what are they talking about. So this is the context. Now this part is from examiner report. It will give us the context also, and you will know that how you, once you have the meaning, once you have the synonyms, how you're going to write that. And remember, there's one more thing, that when, okay, let's read it. In question number 1b, the rubric made it clear that use of own words was necessary. You must use own words to evidence understanding of both squawks and protest. If you just explain squawk and you are not explaining protest, you will just get 1 mark. And if you explain protest but not explaining squawk, you will just get 1 mark. So you need to explain both these in the context of the text. In the context of the text. Successful answers offered credit-worthy meanings of, 1 minute, yes. Successful answers offered credit-worthy meanings for both words such as screech, loud or noisy for squawks, and resistance, rebelling or not wanting for protest. Synonyms had to be appropriate. Words such as yell or shout were not appropriate for a bird's squawk. So 2 marks could not be awarded if just one aspect of phrase was explained. I've already told you this. I had been telling you the whole year that when you are explaining it, you need to come up with the meanings or synonyms of both words, or words were repeated in one answer. If you repeat, you are not going to get marks. You are not going to repeat squawk and protest in your answer. Some responses incorrectly focused on narrative details such as the bird revealed a bright red throat instead of meanings of both squawk and protest. If you do this, if you do not explain it properly, you are not going to get marks. So right now I do not have that insert or text with me, because due to some copyright reasons, so we do not have the context right now. Or let's read the question again. Using explain what Rex means by bird, squawk or protest. So here simply if we know the context, we can simply write it that the bird was making, yes, that the bird was making loud sounds, or bird was angry, or birds was screeching, screaming, because it was annoyed, it was complaining against something, or it was resisting. So you need to explain, you need to bring both these words in your answer. Okay, so this makes it 2 answers, A and B. I think I have now, with this video is of 23 minutes. I think that is good enough for I think if a video is too long, that is also a problem. So I'm stopping it here. I'm going to end it here, and in the next video I'll try to finish all the questions, but let's see what can I do. Okay, so I'm leaving it here, and I'll be back with the another video. Allah Hafiz. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.